So this video will start with magical chant which calls the fairies. And magical chant goes as follows. Well tainte, well tainte, well tainte nainati. 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 So this is a magical chant which calls the fairies, which calls the hidden people of nature. And in this video, just as title shows, I will talk about idiots who hexed the moon and the fairies. And the problem is not the curse they casted, because it is so petty that it isn't even worth mentioning as a magical rite. The problem is the detachment from nature, which modern practitioners feel. The problem is not the fact that they tried to curse the fairies or the moon. The problem is different kind. The problem is their complete lack of awareness about what the fairies are and what the moon is and what is their place with moon and their place among the fairies and what they should do today to heal themselves and the world around them. So let's first define who they cursed. Who are the fairies? Who are the kings and the queens of the hidden folk? Now you have the spirits of plants and spirits of the waters and the spirits of the stones and many herbs. But they are not the fairies. The fairies are spirits which live in nature. But they are not the consciousness of nature. The fairies which live within a tree isn't the consciousness of the tree. It is a being independent from the tree, which uses the tree as a house, as a place to live. And the fairy helps tree to grow and nurture it. I live within my house, but I am not my house. I am human who is living within a house. So the fairy, for example, lives within a tree or within a stream, but she is not the consciousness of tree or the stream. She is just the spirit who uses the tree or the stream as a place of habitation. And for those who don't know, the first magic is built from the relationship of man with nature. The first magic is attempt of man to survive within nature. And from that premise, we can conclude that the fairies are one of the primal sources of magic. So those idiots who put a hex on fairies, they don't only shown that they have complete disrespect for nature and complete disrespect for the world around them, and they only didn't just show how ignorant they are, but they also showed extreme amount of stupidity by cursing one of the sources of magic itself. And I won't even comment the cursing of the moon. By the way, I was informed by certain fairies, really powerful ones, that this hex actually was casted. This is not an urban legend. There are idiots out there who actually hexed the moon and the fairies. And the reason for them hexing the moon and the fairies are occult conspiracy theories based in fantasy, which draw parallels between fairies and non-existent reptilian shapeshifters, and also claim that some crazy aliens will live within the surface of the moon, which is nonsense. People use the moon for their own benefit in sorcery for thousands and thousands of years. And until 2 decades before today, when David Icke published his crazy book, nobody spoke about any kind of aliens within the moon. This is just absolute nonsense. There are destructive aspects of the moon, like there are destructive aspects to any other planet. But claiming crazy aliens live within the moon is just absolute nonsense. And claiming that fairies are somehow related to non-existent reptilians is also nonsense. I think this curse didn't affect fairy folk, especially the powerful among them. Some weak fairies are maybe killed or damaged, but in regard to actual core of the fairy folk, they are just laughing at those people. But there is another problem I need to speak about. And that's the problem of the fact that the fairies are one of the last guardians of the natural world. If we destroy the fairies, we will destroy the natural world. Because when you destroy the protector, you will destroy the protected. And if we destroy the guardians of nature, and if we destroy nature, we will, how I can say this, we will destroy ourselves in most brutal, painful and excruciating way possible. And so-called magical practitioners and so-called pagans and so-called modern polytheists, which do not know what modern polytheism is, and which do not know what relationship with nature is, and which don't know what spiritual world is. Instead of helping the guardians of nature, instead of trying to aid them in their mission of protecting us as humans from ourselves, they cursed one of the last guardians of the natural world. And by doing so, they actually just show how insanely stupid they are. I hope you will use this magical chant I provided in this video for conjurations of the benevolent fairies. And I hope this video will give a humble way and a small, how I can say, I hope this video will bring small improvement to the relationship between humans and the fairies. I hope magical chant provided here will actually help some individuals to contact fairies. And we are destroying and killing fairies for hundreds and thousands of years. We need to heal our relationship with them. And in regard to those cunts who cursed the fairies in the moon, what I should say is that those cunts should be taught a lesson. Thanks for your time and your attention.